We're here with Dr. Greg Olsen, a former astronaut who's also an entrepreneur, and we're going to talk to him about space today. It's so good to meet you and so good to have you here talking to the Trenton Literacy Movement and other kids in the inner city about your experiences. Thank you so much.
Glad to be here.
Our first question, why did you want to go into space?
Because it's there. Ever since I was a boy, I remember Sputnik and the first space flights, but I never thought I'd get there. It's like when you play Little League Baseball and you want to make the major leagues. You say, oh, there's millions ahead of me. And somehow at age 60, I got to space. And the lesson I've learned over and over again in my life is just never give up. And that sure worked for me in space.
Very good. Thank you for that. During your early years, math was not exactly your strong suit.
Correct.
What message do you have for youngsters struggling in math and school?
The same words, don't give up. I tell this to kids all the time in math, whether it's dividing fractions or doing integrals in calculus. Sometimes you feel overwhelmed and you have no idea what's going on. Stick it out, and somehow if you can get through, even by the skin of your teeth, the following year it won't be so difficult. And by the third year, whether it's fractions or integrals, it'll be a piece of cake. But just don't give up. That's the worst thing you can do.
You've mentioned several times one of your themes, which is never give up. That's also personal for me because I also believe that you shouldn't give up. But share with us, how has this helped you achieve what most only dream about?
Because I was there. Example I use is I played Little League Baseball. And when I was 11, I was so bad that the coach used to say, Olsen, don't swing. Maybe you'll get a walk. All right? But I kept going to practice. I didn't give up. Some kids maybe teased me about my hitting ability. I went on to play Babe Ruth ball. And when I was 14 or 15, I made the All-Star team. So I didn't give in to the taunts of the other kids or the coach's smart remarks. I just kept banging away. And it's worked throughout my life. I was never the best student, even in college. But just by hanging in there and not giving up, it always came through for me.
Awesome. Just a few more questions for you, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
You have supported causes from your alma mater, Valley Dickinson University, to Deborah Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Share with us and those who will be listening, why are those and other causes so important to you?
Well, I've been very fortunate in life. And, I believe in the thing that, to whom much is given, much is required. I think that saying may say expected, but I believe it's required. And you should give to things that are most important to you. And those are two. I wouldn't be here without Fairleigh Dickinson or Deborah Heart and Lung. Fairleigh Dickinson gave me my education, my math and science to be an engineer. Deborah gave me my lungs back so that I could fly in space. So, I'm eternally grateful to those two. And even whether it's Boys and Girls Club, I have some personal connection with all of them. And I believe in them. As you were saying, you have to have the passion for it.
Yeah. And my last question, as you know, I'm involved with the Trenton Literacy Movement, helping children in Trenton. My son Eric is involved with the Foundation Academy, helping children in Trenton. He has a foundation as well that helps them to really motivate and achieve greatness. My other son Peter is also in education. So what's your message, particularly to inner city kids, to kids who might not have as many opportunities and are struggling in math and science and in school? What's your message to them?
Well, again, my usual not to give up, but in addition, always ask. And this is something that everybody struggles with. I don't care if you're black or white or whatever your situation. Most people, including me, are afraid to ask for help because immediately when you do that, you think, oh, I'm inferior, or people are going to think ill of me. And if you can just push yourself up to say, excuse me, but I didn't understand that, please help me. I did some teaching, and I know you folks. Those are music to your ears when, to me at least, when someone says, "Can you help me? I don't understand it." I'll stay up all night helping the person.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's really reaching out for help.
Awesome, awesome. I'm going to let my son, and he knows I do this to him all the time, I'm going to let him ask you a question. I can't leave and go back to Trenton without allowing him an opportunity to ask you one of his questions. Eric?
So one question is, what are some things that you can do, or some things that we can do, or people can do to ensure that their surrounding or their family is motivated? You know, my dad talked about you being an astronaut, and this is a dream that is ultimately feels like it's far-fetched for a number of our students or a number of our kids in our community. And, you know, one of your biggest lines is don't give up. That's absolutely correct. And to ask for help when you need it. If you have a friend, how do you motivate that friend that there is another path or there is something better in store for you?
Mm-hmm. That's a tough question.
I've been working on that one.
Yeah. I would say just stay involved with the person. I mean, we've all been through it, whether it's youngsters, people going through divorces, people, you know, with legal problems, financial problems. And I think the ones I've been involved with, the best, if you can just be a friend to someone. Yeah. And it's easy to criticize and judge. You should do this, you should do that. And, you know, someone needs money, you should save your money, you shouldn't spend it wastefully. That's easy to say. But the hard thing is often just to listen. And often that's how a person will change, is by telling you and just being a sound absorber rather than coming out with the advice.
Yeah. All right, last question, and then I guess we can move to reading the book. Well, I have this time and opportunity now, and you don't have to answer this immediately, but what is your purpose?
Two things: to, you know, be the best Greg Olsen I can be, and that's an ongoing quest, and to help other people, to share the good fortune I've had as much as I can. It's really
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Your time is just precious, and we certainly appreciate you giving us some time.
Don't give up.